In this video, I wanted to show you all the different ways that you can create content on Instagram. So if you go to the bottom and click on the plus side, you can see that on the bottom, very bottom, you have a choice of choosing something from your photo library, or you can take a photo or a video, and you can even turn that around to take a video or photo of yourself or from whatever you're taking a picture of. That's pretty explanatory. Now, when you want to share photos, there are a number of different options that you have. If you want to share photos from your library, you can either create a boomerang, which is basically a way of creating a loop of something that is moving. And then the next one is collage, which is you can create a collage, which you can do it using the app Layout. So basically you click on it and you open it. And let's say I want to create a layout of these images. Let's see, these two images. And then a collage of these two images. And I can choose a layout. And let's say I'm going to choose this one, and then I can change different orientations, different ways of creating this, and then I click next. I can either feed it into my story or I can publish it on my profile. So then we go back in here again. Let's take a look at the other one to the right next to layout. That's the carousel content creation. So when you choose carousel, you can choose a number of different posts, and usually these posts would tell a story. And then once you choose a few of them, then you can check to see how people would scroll through this. And then if you wanted, you can add more pictures in here. You can choose a filter if you like, and then you can publish it if you want. And it's also, I wanted to also say that when you create a post, you can choose, if you add your accounts to other social media accounts to your Instagram profile, you can actually publish at the same time on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and Tumblr, and whichever you choose. You can add a location to your post, which is a good idea, because usually if you add a location, that kind of allows your post to be searchable. It allows it to be found when people search for particular locations. And then you can also tag people, and then you would write a caption in here and then add hashtags. Now, one thing about creating posts is that when you create a hashtag, when you create a post, so this is a post, and then if you hit return, this doesn't really appear as a return in the final outcome. So if you really want to create a space between the two lines, you type a dot and then return, and that's a real return when you see the post. Otherwise, all your words are gonna jumble together. So I'm gonna say okay, but I'm not gonna publish this. So I'm gonna discard, and I'm going to cancel this. And then let's take a look at what boomerang would look like. So here it is. So I would put my finger on this white dot and then move this around while I'm pressing. So like this. So this is going to look like this. So it keeps flipping. And then again, you can share it to Facebook. You can share it to Instagram, either your feed or your story, or you can share this boomerang with other places. Okay, I don't want this anymore. Okay, so these are posts. Now you can also create posts on as a story. So you can see my picture on the top. You can either click on the camera that is on top of my picture or click on the picture itself. And then now you can create it. I can create a story. So there are a number of different ways you can create a story. You can, if you go to the bottom menu, you can, it used to be that we needed an image or a video to post, but that's no longer necessary. You can just start typing. This is a story. And then you can change the font of what you're typing. So once you're happy with whatever you've published and you move on, then now that's the time where you can start playing. Click on the sticker. You can add a whole bunch of interesting stickers, but the most important ones are the hashtag. So if you click on a hashtag and choose it, and you can see on the bottom, Instagram gives you a choice of different hashtags that people are already using. So if you're going to use a hashtag, you would choose one of these things. And then another wonderful thing is adding location. So in hashtags and locations make your stories findable, which is great for discovery. You want to be discovered. So you can click a location and choose a place. We're going to say Vista, for example. Or sometimes you can add the name of a location, which is even better, because if people are in a specific location, they usually are curious to see who else is there. So that's a great way to be discovered. And another very engaging tool is these GIFs. So what you do, you can either scroll through the mostly used, so these are the trending GIFs. These are GIFs that people are using mostly, or if you want, you can type a word and find your own. So new post, I can do this here. That's Gary Vaynerchuk. Okay, and then you can write with as pens or as this kind of lovely heart shape stuff. You can change the size of the pen by going up and down in here. You can change the color, all sorts of different things. And then you can actually start typing. In addition to what we did, you can start typing things right on your image. Let's see, what is that? That kind of decides whether there's going to be sound. This is relatively new. You decide whether there's going to be sound on your story or not. And then you can either send it to someone as a private message on the bottom, or you can publish it to your story. So two choices. And if you don't want that option, if you don't want to kind of go to this screen and publish it immediately, then you press the plus button on the bottom and it publishes, but I don't want to do that. And then you can also save your story. So stories give you a really nice, it's like a nice platform to create really engaging stuff. And when you create something that is so engaging, you might want to publish it in all your other platforms too. So you can use this feature on Instagram also as a creative suit. So discard. I do not want to publish anything. So that was one example of typing. And then normal is when you take a picture and create a story. You've seen boomerang before. Super zoom is when you go, it's a really interesting way of creating content. It zooms into this thing and it has 3 different ways of doing it based on the music that is associated with it. So if you click on the music, it's either dramatic, beats, or TV show, or bounce. So if I choose bounce, like this, so it would be this thing. But there are other ways you can do it. So let's say we choose dramatic, and there's a sound associated with it. Usually that is, I'm not showing here. And I don't want you. So rewind is if you do something and you want to play it backwards. Hands-free is if you are recording a video and you don't want to hold your hand, you want your hands to be free while you're recording. It's that. No, I don't want this. Stop motion is when you take a series of pictures and then you want to play them one after another. And then what else do we have? So let's go back to the normal, which would you be taking a picture. So in here, it just changes the face of the camera. Hi. And then this one, which is really interesting, is how you change your face. So here I am. I could have bunny ears and all sorts of different effects, which is really, really, really fun. So this one, yeah, see? So play with it whenever you have the chance. It's pretty interesting. So that's it for now. Oh, no, I forgot to mention something. So here, this is something very important. I almost was going to forget, but this is the opportunity to create live video. So you can click this and have a live conversation with people. You can even invite someone into your video. So you can have a live conversation with someone else who is watching your live video. So if you want to have a conversation, invite someone to watch it, your guest, and then you have the option of inviting them into the video. And then once you finish the live video, you have the option of saving that live video as a story on your profile for 24 hours. So live video is fantastic. It gets a lot of engagement. So I encourage you to use it. So this is it as the different types of content you can create on Instagram.